This is exactly why I hate Adam Silver. He's full of jealousy, envy, hatred, and he's a deceiver. Because when Damian Lillard did this, whoa, well, you can't say Miami only. He's getting letters in the mail. He's getting threatened. Him and his agent are getting pretty much pushed in a corner. I don't understand how all these stars can come out and say where they want to go and how they want to go and, which team they want to play for and, this and that. And I just don't understand how Adam Silver is allowing this to go on. That's what I'm saying. I will never let it go. What Adam Silver did to us, he took a championship away from us. So breaking. The Atlanta Hawks are trading four-time NBA All-Star Trae Young to the Washington Wizards for C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert, sources tell ESPN. Now, earlier, Trae Young has the Washington Wizards as his top preferred trade destination, sources tell ESPN. I just don't understand. This is why I have to hold Adam Silver accountable. He's a deceiver. It first started out with Kyle Lowry. When we first got Kyle Lowry, they wanted to take a second-round pick from us because they said we were tampering because Mark Cuban was crying. Okay, cool. So then they take the second-round pick away. Then you fast forward to Damian Lillard. Dame wants to come to the Miami Heat. Oh, no, you can't say Miami Heat only. You can't only, push one team in the mix. It's not fair to everyone else. And then people are going to say, oh, yeah, but nobody wanted Trae and this, that, and the third. That's not the point. There's multiple NBA superstars that continue to come out and say where they want to go, and they go there. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, and there's no question about it, and everyone makes the trade work. Then you have Adam Silver, who is very deceitful, and he's a liar, and he knew that Terry was being investigated by the feds, and him, the whole NBA, and the Charlotte Hornets withheld that from the Miami Heat. I just don't understand. And then he wants to sit up here and lie in cap and say, oh, well, we got to figure out if he's going to be indicted or not. No, you don't. That has absolutely nothing to do with the NBA. They need to rectify this situation, and then they're like, well, we'll dictate if he's going to be traded or not. Well, his contract is fully guaranteed now, and the Miami Heat are going to want to use that in a trade. All I'm saying is Adam Silver needs to be held accountable. His feet need to be put next to that fire. Rest in peace to David Stern, because this would never go on in his NBA. I will never let it go, because as you can see, year after year after year, the NBA is constantly doing something malicious to the Miami Heat. Adam Silver and the whole NBA, they're deceitful, they're liars, they're full of cap, and all they have is jealousy, envy, and hatred in their heart towards the Miami Heat. Now, Eric Spoelstra, he has a lot of decisions to make, because how are you going to be able to justify benching Kelel Ware when Bam and Kelel Ware are the top rebounding duo in the NBA? Like, how? And that's over the Knicks, that's over OKC, that's over the Hawks, that's over the Timberwolves. You're telling me that Kelel Ware and Bam Adebayo, which we have a rebounding problem, we have an athleticism problem, and we also have a size issue. How do you justify moving Kelel Ware back to that bench? We've seen what Kelel Ware can do when you actually make him a focal point in the offense, when you actually look for him, when you actually throw him more than 1 and 2 lobs throughout the whole game. But this is why it's so important to have a point guard. Listen, Davion's been good, but he's not a starter-level playmaking point guard. Has he shown flashes? Yes. Is he a great defensive-minded point guard? Absolutely. But you need a playmaking point guard, like a Rajon Rondo, like a Trae Young, and all these other, like a CP3, all those guys when they were in their primes. You need an elite playmaking point guard when you're playing with Kelel Ware, because he's open all the time, more than just lobs. And you have to get a guy like him involved, especially when, he's had motor issues in the past. You have to reward the big and look for the big. If you're not looking for the big can't make plays for himself all the time. So Coach Spo's current thoughts on Kelel Ware. Kelel was introduced to a guy in Gobert who brought a physical presence. Kelel bounces back. These experiences are good for him. His growth has been immense, but has not been linear. He's significantly better than where he was last year at this time, and that's all that matters. We have a young team, which I'm going to get into, because we have to prioritize the young guys. They should all be playing. We have to see what they're able to do night in and night out, who we're going to be keeping, who we're going to be trading. But Kelel Ware, he should be getting all the minutes. And at the end of the day, you cannot remove a double big in Kelel Ware and Bam Adebayo. But then who are you going to start? Are you going to start Tyler Herro? Is he going to continue to come off the bench? Because we already know Tyler Herro does not want to come off the bench anymore.
I was introduced to a guy, that brought a physical presence and an edge, against him. But Kelel bounces back. These experiences are good for him. His growth has been immense, but it has not been linear. It's been a lot of this, and then he's significantly better than where he was last year at this time.
Tyler Herro's thoughts on coming off the bench and if Spo wants to keep it like that. He said, it's cool. Not really an adjustment, playing basketball. Ask him. So let's ask Spo. Spo on Herro off the bench. That's just a decision. I'm not going to get into any of that right now. The second unit for stretches, the unit looked good. Other stretches, the unit was getting beat by Minnesota. We'll work on all of it. We didn't have enough of a fight tonight. Well, are you going to put Davion to the bench? Obviously, they're not going to bench Norman Powell. But I also don't want the 3-guard lineup with Davion, Tyler, and Norman Powell. I don't like that at all. So what I think is going to happen is they're going to move Kelel Ware back to the bench. And then, like I said, you're probably going to have Tyler, Davion, Norman, Wiggins, and Bam. But like I said, I don't understand how you do that. I don't like the whole 3-guard lineup. But let me know in the comments. Would you guys start Tyler Herro? Do you want him to continue to come off the bench? Let me know.
It's cool. It's not really an adjustment, just playing basketball.
And is that something that if Coach wants to keep things copacetic the way they are, you'll just move forward through? If he wants to keep things the way they were before you came back, or is it something you're pushing for?
Norman Powell on having Tyler Herro back after tonight's game. It's really important having him back. Is really important for us and what we want to do. We got to figure out our identity with that. We should be a tougher team when we get healthy. Go out there and put on a brand of basketball that's all about winning. The biggest thing for me is if you guys are not going to play to your potential, which I don't understand how you can't, but if Bam Adebayo is going to be Bambi and play soft and miss shots and, score 9 points, what is the point of all of this? If Wiggins is going to be inconsistent, if Norman Powell is going to be pretty much the only one out there scoring, Tyler Herro is going to come back, but if this Miami Heat team is not going to play to their potential, which, once again, I think this Miami Heat team is good. The roster's good. It's just that Spo's rotations suck, and then guys are in and out of the lineup, and unfortunately, people are playing injured and banged up, but it's the NBA. There's no excuses. But if your max player and Bam Adebayo is not going to play up to the potential that he's supposed to, and like I said, if you're not going to trade Wiggins, if you're not going to trade Powell for 2 first-round picks, what are we doing here?
Important, having them back is really important for us and what we want to do and how we want to attack the game. But being a fully healthy team finally, we didn't have Jaime, but getting back to full strength and full health, we got to figure out our identity with that. Some guys aren't going to get the minutes, looks, touches, whatever it is, but we can't let that affect how we want to play on a nightly basis. Like, we should be a tougher team when we get healthy, and I think when we have gotten those moments, it's kind of gone sideways a little bit with guys and the uncertainty, but we got to kind of get out of our own way, and go out there and put on a brand of basketball that is about winning, about togetherness, about toughness, and about a style of basketball every single night, no matter who's in the line.
This Miami Heat team, they have a lot of decisions to make, and hopefully that they can play to their potential, because then what's the point?